Hey guys, welcome back. So, in my last video, I went over a 16-week kind of fully detailed training program for a marathon runner, so someone who's training for a marathon, all levels. Okay, it can be utilized. Obviously, it's specific to time goals, depending on what you or your athletes are running. But I wanted to add more training type of examples or training programs to this channel because to give you not only to give you more variety, but just to kind of learn the differences of the different types of components of marathon training and different ways you can structure out training for periodization, and also because not every athlete's going to respond the same way to just a one-size-fits-all program. So it's important to know that there are a lot of different ways that you could structure a marathon training program. The same applies to half marathon, 10K, 5K, and everything. There are a lot of meat and potatoes components, but there's different ways and a lot of different training philosophies. But speaking from experience and over 2 decades as a coach, I found a lot of different ways, and that's one of the things that I've learned is, certain athletes they have certain strengths, weaknesses, and certain needs. And if you have 10 athletes you're coaching at the same time, everybody's going to have their own individualized needs. And it's important to kind of recognize them and take them into consideration. And this is the other side of coaching. There's one side that you use a stopwatch, and there's other sides that you use a notebook, your eyes, communication with your athletes. That's the other part of coaching. So I want to take you over here and continue on my trend of new marathon training programs. The last one was a 16-week, but I'm going to go over a 12-week program that looks similar to the 16-week. It has the same components, but again, if you only can allocate 12 weeks to a marathon to train for one, I want to show you a way to be able to do it. Okay, and this is provided you've done some running up to this point. This is not for a very, very, very beginner. If you want a first-time beginner from essentially couch to marathon, take a look at one of my first videos on this channel. And I have almost 200 videos, but I have a essentially beginner to marathon, beginner to 5K, beginner to half marathon, all the fully detailed training programs. So if those are of interest, if you have somebody who's brand new and you want to take a look at the program to see if it might be useful, let all my videos be a guide. Help answer questions, help solve problems. Share this with other coaches and athletes. I want to try to help as many people as possible in the running community, and because we're all in this together. So especially now with things the way they are, less races available stuff, it's a good opportunity to learn more. And taking the time to study a couple of these videos, to study a bunch of them, binge watch, whatever you like to do, you can learn a whole bunch. And I've got fully detailed everything from half mile up to the marathon. So, but let's stick to the marathon today. I'm going to take you over the 12-week program now and take a look at it, compare it to my other marathon programs. This one, I'm breaking it up into 3 cycles of 4 weeks each. My 16-week is 3 cycles, but it's 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks. This is 4, 4, and 4. Okay, and you'll see similarities, you'll see differences in each cycle, but you'll see the progression from one to the next. We can have a little bit of a different emphasis, so you can adapt. So your athletes can adapt every 4 weeks to a certain stimuli before mixing things up. So keep that in mind. Let's get over here and let's take a look at it. All right. So here we go. Get you right there. Try to get that glare out of the way there. Okay. By the way, if you like training programs like this, fully detailed, hit that subscribe button right now and hit the notification so that you're notified anytime I put out new ones, but you can take a look at all the ones that I put out there already. I have a ton of fully detailed training content. Workouts, injury, everything you can imagine, cross-country training, high school, college, a whole bunch of stuff. Particularly for the marathons, I've got sub 4 hours, sub 3:30, sub 3 hours, and sub 2:30. They're in the description. My 16-week training program is down there as well, and a lot of other relevant videos. So always take a look in the description, okay? But let's get to this 12-week program, okay? So weeks 1 through 4. Now, let me put here the 2 for 12, okay? So week 1, I like to start the week, and I generally have Tuesday, Friday workouts, or Tuesday, Saturday workout if a long run is kind of involved in a workout, or if a Tuesday, Saturday race. So I always have ample recovery days in between each harder effort, and the same kind of applies in this training program too. I like to start off the week on Mondays easy with an easy run, whether you're at work or school. It just helps you kind of ease into the week. And so in this one here, I have 5 miles easy on Mondays. Okay, this applies for the whole first 4 weeks. All right, let's try to move that out of there. Okay, so 5 miles easy on Mondays, you can see in week 1. And then I'm only going to do the workout, but generally I'll say a 2 mile warm up, drills and strides to get the body loosened up. And if the body of the workout is short reps, I encourage folks to do, and I have my athletes do an 800-meter effort at tempo to kind of get the heart rate up, so you could transition into the harder part of the workout. All right. And in this case, 200-meter hill repetitions. Okay, this is kind of VO2 max-ish, so it's 5K effort and faster. All right, with a jog equal recovery. So let's say you're doing 8 by 200-meter efforts, and with it, staying upright, attacking the hill, pumping your arms, lifting your knees. Okay, and 8 by 200-meter efforts up the hill. You're going to jog down nice and easy, and you go right back up. So you can do that transitional longer effort to get the heart rate up. It'll help you maximize the benefit of the actual workout. And if you want, you can do one on the back end too, but you don't have to. And then a 2-mile cool down. Let's just assume that all the warm-ups and cool downs for this cycle are 2 miles, okay? So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, 9-mile intermediate run. I always have a run in a week, particularly in a marathon training program, that's a second long run or a semi-long run, okay? And they can generally get up to about 75% of the long runs, depending on fitness levels and experience and age of athletes. But 9 miles, okay, on Wednesday. Thursday, 7 miles, easy, and 5 times 100-meter strides, okay, for leg development, speed development, okay, with a jog equal recovery. You just jog back, and you go again. Then a 5-mile progression run, where each mile gets a little bit faster than the next. You can go by 10 seconds, by 20, by 30, whatever you kind of feel is appropriate. You can even check your current fitness, okay. Now let's say your tempo pace is, let's just say it's 7:30 per mile. You could also do something where you start slower than 7:30, then average 7:30, and then finish faster than 7:30, or something like that. But it's going to be 5 miles long, all right? That's kind of the second workout of the week right now. We're early in the cycle. Then a 14-mile long run on Saturday, and then a bike and cross-train day on Sunday. 30 minutes, just nice and easy to flush out the legs, okay? And then remember, this is not a first-time marathoner program. This is assuming that you've been running a little bit, so 14 miles is not a foreign concept, all right? So that's week 1, and just as a heads up, I alternate on Sunday. So there's 6 days of running for the most part, almost every week, but except for 1, okay? And but Sundays I have a bike and a cross-train day, and then I alternate with an off day. There's an off day every other week, and then I alternate bike and cross-training with a short and easy run. So, but there's always going to be an off day every 14 days, no matter what. This is just a lower impact day, okay? But I want you to get used to the habit of an off day every other week during the cycle. All right, so week 2, 5 miles easy again on Monday. The workout's the same. The warm-up and cool-down are the same. Tempo effort of 800 meters. Again, it's not mandatory, but I highly encourage folks to do it. It definitely helps add to the workout. Okay, we're doing the same 200-meter hill workout as last week, but we're adding 2 reps. So we're going from 8 to 10. All right, same effort. Jog equal recovery, and then your cool-down on the back end. Now we're doing 10-mile intermediate run, okay? This cycle I alternate 9 to 10-mile intermediate runs. And then I increase it in the next cycle, which you'll see. All right? And the intermediate runs, by the way, it's nice and relaxed. The idea is to just stay on your feet for an extended period of time to kind of simulate what a marathon feels like. Thursday, 8 miles easy, 4 times 150-meter efforts for turnover, jog equal recovery. Friday, 6 miles easy, and then Saturday, a 12-mile run, with 4 miles of it at tempo. Let's just say it's marathon pace for this particular run, okay? And Sunday's the off day, all right? So that's your first 2 weeks. This is a repeatable cycle for the most part, except for the easy run on Sunday, but you'll see what I mean. Again, 5 miles easy on Monday. We're in week 3 now. Now we're bumping it up to 300-meter hill reps, and let's say we're still doing 8 reps. It's going to get a little bit longer. You're doing more volume on the uphill, but the intensity is going to stay the same, okay? Same jog equal down recovery. I encourage you to kind of lean into the hill and try to stay perpendicular when you're jogging down the hill to preserve the stress off your Achilles, your lower back, and your joints. Okay, it's easier to get injured going downhill than it is uphill, surprisingly. And then you do your cool down on the back end, same warm up, cool down, tempo efforts, and everything. Then Wednesday, 9-mile intermediate run. Thursday, 8 miles, 4 times a 200-meter effort with a jog equal recovery. Okay, that's what J equals mean. Jog the equal distance to the rep that you just ran. 6-mile progression run. Okay, so we've added a mile to it from 2 weeks prior. All right, on Friday, and then a 16-mile relaxed long run on Saturday, and then 4 miles easy on Sunday. And again, we're talking about maybe mid 50s to low 60s in terms of training volume. This cycle is probably going to be in the 50s. The next 4 weeks in the 60s because that's the most intense cycle. And then we go back down to the 50s or right around there to give you time to kind of sharpen up and stay fresh for the marathon. All right. And again, I'll say this again, and I say this in a lot of my videos. 4-week blocks. Okay. So you stay to volume. Let the body adapt to it. It's periodization. Then you go up, you stay there. And if you keep going up like that, you stay there. But on it, the same thing applies on the way down. You need to drop it and stay there for a few weeks to let the body adapt, so it doesn't get out of whack if you're tapering every week. So tapering is a dangerous game. So it's important to kind of. That's why I emphasize this option too, because it's I've used this with a lot of success, and it's kind of. I notice a significant difference between the 4-week taper as opposed to tapering every week for 4 weeks. So that's week 3. Week 4, 5 miles easy Monday, 300-meter hill repeats on Tuesday. The same workout, but we're adding 2 reps. So we're doing 8 reps here. Now we're doing 10 reps here. Same jog equal recovery, same warm up, cool down, and everything. Wednesday, 10-mile intermediate run. Thursday, 8 miles, 6 times 100 meters. With a jog equal recovery. Friday, 6 miles easy. Saturday, a 14-mile long run with 5 miles of it at tempo. We added a mile. Okay, so let's say it's marathon pace or slightly faster again. You're just drilling some of that pace into the legs early on. And then Sunday's the off day. Okay, so this is the first 4 weeks. So you get used to kind of an easy run on Monday. You get used to 2 workouts per week. But the emphasis in this cycle is hill running, or slightly as VO2 max. And then progression runs of different types and marathon pace or tempo efforts within a long run, okay? That's kind of the effort here, just to get used to a certain block of training. So now we're going to take this down, and you're going to see the difference now. So we're transitioning to this, or from this, to the next 4-week block, and the emphasis is going to be slightly different, okay? This is also to get you used to harder efforts, or if you're infusing a race within a marathon training program too. So it gives you a little bit of a different touch here. Okay. Now those were hill VO2 max running. Okay. VO2 max effort. Now we're going to do flat VO2 max running. And just as an example, the VO2 max running efforts are going to be about 50 seconds to a minute faster per mile than what you're shooting for the marathon. Okay. So let's say, and I use 330 because it's a nice flat number. 330 is 8 minutes per mile. Okay. But the easiest way to calculate this is you start your VO2 max reps at 800 meters. The 800 meter efforts are going to be exactly 330, okay, which is 7-minute pace. But you give the range, so let's say 330 to 333 or something like 334, okay, per rep. And then you kind of use that pace. You build into thousands, you build into 1200s, you build into mile efforts, and you're still maintaining that pace. So by the time you get to the mile efforts, it's between 7 minutes and 7:10 per mile. Significantly faster than marathon pace. But again, you're not going to exceed 5 miles in total running, okay? But for the most part, if you're doing a 12-week program, it's essentially getting up to maybe 4 miles. In some cases, 5. 16-week programs, you're always getting up to 5 miles of total VO2 max running. Okay, now let's go over it now. Okay, so now we bumped the Monday easy run up to 6 miles instead of 5. Okay, so this is now we're around 60, low 60. Tuesday, same warm-up, drill and strides. But now, these are longer efforts, okay? So I like to do 2 times a 200 meter instead of the 800 meter tempo that follows or sandwiches the shorter reps, okay? I like to do shorter reps to bookend the longer reps, say. And so let's say that this is 6 times an 800, and let's say they're 330, okay, for the 800. And then that's VO2 max with a 2-minute recovery. Then you break it down. If it's 330, then what is that? It's 145 per rep, and it's 51 to 52 per 200. So what you do is you do the 200 meters, the 2 times 200 meters at about 51, 52 to help you lock into the pace of the workout. So then you're not using part of the workout to try to find the pace. This kind of helps you transition easier into the workout. Okay, you take a 200 meter jog recovery after each one, then you go right into the workout, 6 times an 800 and 330. Or if you're trying to run 4 hours for the marathon, then you're running them in 4 minutes. Okay, if you're trying to run 3 hours, you run them in 3 minutes. If you're trying to run 230, you're running them in 230. Okay, 2 minutes recovery, VO2 max 600s. Okay, 3 miles of total running, and then on the back end, You can add 2 more 200s if you want, but you don't have to. You can go right into the cool down. Wednesday, 11-mile intermediate run. So now we're going to alternate between 11 and 12 miles this cycle for the intermediate run. Okay, 11 on Wednesday. Thursday, 8 miles, 4 times a 200 with a jog equal recovery. 200-meter jog after 200. Let's say it's at 3K pace. Okay, which is still good speed development for the marathon. Then 5 miles easy on Friday. Okay, and then your long run's an 18-mile long run progression. So let's say you're shooting for 8 minutes. You can start this long run at, let's say, 9 minutes and work your way down to 7:50 or 7:45. So you start at about a minute slower per mile than marathon pace, and then you kind of work your way towards marathon pace and slightly faster. You need to know what it feels like to run marathon pace or even slightly faster towards the end of these long runs, because that's where it's most important to kind of hang on. That's where it's most difficult in the marathon races. So progression long runs are really, really good parts of development. That's Saturday. Sunday, bike and cross train, the same 30 minutes just to shake out the legs. Week 6, 6 miles easy on Monday. Tuesday, warm up, drills and strides. Okay, you do your same 2 times at 200 meters at 51, 52. And now we're doing 5 times 1,000 with a 3-minute recovery after each rep at the same VO2 max pace. So it's that same 3 minutes. So this is, let's say, 345 to 350, somewhere around there for the 1,000-meter efforts. And right around there. Okay, or actually a little bit, about 350 to 351, excuse me. And then you're doing, it's the same, well, this is 3 miles, this is 5 kilometers, so, but it's pretty much 3 miles worth of VO2 max running, but the reps are a little bit longer now, all right? But again, you're running them at 7-minute pace, okay? Actually 345, 6-minute pace, so you're looking at them at 351 to 353, right around there, or even slightly faster. And then you do your cool down. You can do your 200 meters on both ends if you like. I like to do it because it helps you transition into the workout and then transition from the workout to the cool down. All right. And it also helps get you used to when you bump up to longer reps because you're doing a little bit more at that goal pace already. VO2 max, 12-mile intermediate run on Wednesday, 8 miles easy on Thursday, 6 times 100-meter stride with jog equal recovery. 6 miles easy on Friday, okay? And then Saturday, 14 miles with 6 miles at tempo. So we cut the long run back, but we've added tempo efforts to it, which makes it the second workout of the week. Again, that could be at marathon pace, slightly faster, okay? And then off day on Sunday. So the same off day every other week. Same concept applies to the whole 12-week cycle. Week 7, 6 miles easy on Monday. Tuesday, you warm up, drills and strides, same thing, 200-meter efforts, then 5 times at 1,200 meters. Now we're bumping it up to 4 miles of VO2 max running, 5 times at 1,200 meter with a 4-minute recovery, okay, at VO2 max, with that same 7-minute pace per rep, and then 1 times 400-meter effort at about 5K pace, just to kind of simulate turning over a little bit on the back end. You have 4 miles of total hard running, right? Remember, not every workout needs to be long, right? And then either do some more 200s, no more than 2 of them, and then you do your cool down. Okay, 11 miles intermediate run on Wednesday, 8 miles steady on Thursday with 4 times progression 150s. Progression 150s are you float for 50 meters, you stride for 50 meters, you sprint for 50 meters. Each 50-meter segment gets faster to teach you how to change gears, okay, how to kind of progress and how to take the kick out of the other kicker's legs. Short races, long races, doesn't matter. These are a good development component too. Jog equal recovery, okay. Friday, 4 miles easy. Saturday, your first long run of 20 miles. And I said this in my last video. I generally don't recommend, or I don't introduce 20-mile long runs until my runners are at least at 60 miles per week. Okay, that's generally the cutoff for me. There are a few exceptions here and there, but I generally like to wait until they're at 60 miles a week and higher. And if you can get one of them in, great before the race. If you can get 2 of them in, fantastic before the race. Okay, this is a 20-mile long run progression, similar to the 18 from 2 weeks prior, just stretching it by two miles. Right, 3 miles easy on Sunday. Week 8, 6 miles easy on Monday. Tuesday, warm up, 2 drill strides, a couple of 200s, 4 times a mile with a 5-minute recovery at VO2 max. So the miles are in 7 minutes to 7:10 if you're trying to run 3:30, okay, which is 8 minutes per mile. And then on the back end, you could do 2 more 200s if you like, or your cool down. 12-mile intermediate run Wednesday, 8 miles easy on Thursday. Friday, 6-mile progression run, okay, kind of like the 5-mile one, but we're just adding a mile to it, all right. And then 6 by 50-meter strides or sprints on the back end after that, and then a 16-mile relaxed long run on Saturday, and then an off day on Sunday, okay. So now we went from hilly type of VO2 max efforts in the first cycle to flat VO2 max timed efforts here, more specific to the goal pace you're running. In this cycle, we've boosted the intermediate run, okay, and we've made the long runs a little bit longer and more aggressive, okay. That's kind of the emphasis here. Okay, this is the most intense phase of the training, and which will help you transition to the last 4 weeks, which is kind of maintenance and putting the final pieces together, all right. So your first 20-mile long run here. Let's see if we get another one. All right, let's take this down. All right. And let's go to the last one, weeks 9 through 12. That's right. Week 9, we're cutting it back again on Monday for the easy run, 5 miles, right? Speed fartlek on Tuesday. We're going to repeat the speed fartlek twice, okay? This is an important component of development too. Speed fartleks are underrated, but great training pieces for marathon runners, particularly to help you build leg power, running economy, help you become more efficient, and give you a short and sweet workout. Like I said a few minutes ago, not every workout needs to be long. The progression long runs, they're out there. The long runs take a while to recover from too. That's why these are really good pieces as well. So in this case, you're doing your warm-up, your drills and strides, an 800-meter tempo effort to get the heart rate up, since the efforts are going to be 1 minute hard by 1 minute easy, 18 of them. Okay, so 18 times a minute hard, minute easy. The whole workout itself is only 36 minutes long. Okay, this is a really good workout. Then you can bookend it with another 800-meter tempo if you like, or go right into your cool down. Take about a 3-minute effort in between the 800-meter effort, 800-meter tempo, and starting the workout. Okay, on both ends if you do both ends. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, 10-mile intermediate long runs. We're cutting that back. Okay, and again, we're not making drastic cutbacks, just very incremental cutbacks. But now we're going to be back down in the 50s. All right, 10-mile intermediate long run Wednesday, 6 miles 4 times at 200 on Thursday, 4 miles easy on Friday, and then the second 20-mile long run. But this one is going to be 20 miles with 10 of it at goal marathon pace. Okay, now you can either do this, let's say 5 easy, 10 at the goal pace, and 5 easy, which in case you're running the marathon pace in the middle of the run, or you can do 10 and 10, or you can do 9 easy and 10 at pace and then 1 easy. I like to kind of work my way towards the beginning, or doing this stuff towards the end of the run, so that you know what it feels like. I know we've done some tempo stuff as well in the other long runs. You could do those in the middle if you like, but at some point it's important to know what it feels like doing marathon pace towards the end of these runs. Okay, and this gives you an opportunity to do that. Okay, that's Saturday. Sunday, bike and cross train, 30 minutes. You can swim if you like. Just if anything, it's low to no impact. Okay. Week 10, 5 miles easy Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. You do 2 times a 200-meter effort. Okay, because these are long efforts. These are 4 times 1.5-mile efforts, 6 miles of total hard running with a 2-minute recovery, and you progress from marathon pace to the half marathon pace equivalent to 3:30. So you're going to essentially doing them in 8 minutes per rep, working your way down to maybe 740 to 745 per mile for the reps. So you can do 2 and 2. This is a great way of kind of building towards so a little bit faster pacing, kind of just, this is where we're incorporating speed, fartleking, and a lot of marathon pace, or slightly faster than marathon pace in this one, because it's going to transition you right into the marathon. Okay, so 4 times 1.5 mile, or 2,400 meters at that pace, 2-minute recovery. You can do 2 more 200-meter efforts, or go right into the cool down. Wednesday intermediate run, cut it back by another mile, 9 miles. Thursday, 7 miles, 6 by 100-meter efforts with a jog equal recovery. Okay, 7 miles, excuse me. And then Friday, 6 miles easy. Saturday, another long run, but we're tapering back to long runs now. This one's going to be 17 miles with 8 miles of it at your goal marathon pace, minus 5 seconds per mile. So if the goal is 8 minutes per mile, you're running those 8 in about 7:55 per mile, slightly faster. Okay, we're cutting it back now. We're kind of tapering the long run back to get you right into the marathon, but the emphasis is going to stay the same. So 17 with 8 of them at marathon pace minus 5 per mile, 5 seconds per mile. Sunday you're off. Okay, now we have 2 weeks left. Week 11, 5 miles easy on Monday. Tuesday, doing the warm-up, drills and strides, 800-meter tempo effort, again to get the heart rate up. Same exact tempo. I mean, it's getting the same exact speed fartlek here, but we're moving up from 18 reps to 20 reps. So it's only 40 minutes of total hard running. Okay, of total running for the whole workout itself. 20 of it's going to be hard. Okay, so 20 times 1 minute hard versus 1 minute easy. Okay, the goal is to just do 2 more reps than we did last time. Okay, and this stuff is, let's say it's at 5K pace and faster, these reps. So they're pretty fast, right? And then you can do another 800-meter effort or go right into the cool down on the back end. 8-mile intermediate run, we cut that back by 1 mile, okay, on Wednesday. And 7 miles on Thursday. I'm doing a 300, a 200, a 150, and a 100-meter, just speed effort, okay? You jog equal after each one, all right? Just for turnover towards the end of a run. 5 miles easy on Friday, and the very last long run you do before the marathon, 14 miles with 6 of it at marathon pace minus 10 seconds per mile, okay? So now if your goal is 8 minutes per mile, now you're running those 6 miles in about 7:50 per mile within that 14-mile long run, right? 4 miles easy on Sunday. Now it's go time, week 12. 5 miles easy Monday. Tuesday, warm-up, drills and strides, 2 times a 200-meter effort. Let's say a VO2 max pace, right around there, so 51, 52, with a 200-meter jog recovery. But the workout itself is going to be 6 times an 800 with a 2-minute recovery, progressing from marathon pace to half marathon pace. This is just to keep you in rhythm the week of the marathon. So you run them in maybe from 4 minutes per rep down to 350 per rep. Nothing too intense. It's only 3 miles of workout, but at this point, all the work is done. All the hard work is done. Okay, and it's important to just be as precise as possible, particularly when you have a marathon, because the recovery component for the marathon is not the same as it is for a mile or 3K or 5K. So keep that in mind too. We have to make sure we're on point with everything, including rest, and especially rest. Okay, so 6 times an 800, progressing from marathon pace to half marathon pace, and then in the back end you can do 2 more 200s if you want, or go right into the cool down. 7-mile intermediate run on Wednesday. Okay, 5 miles easy on Thursday with 5x50-meter strides just to get the legs moving a little bit. Friday's an off day. If the marathon is Sunday, Friday's the off day. If the marathon's Saturday, the off day is Thursday. Okay, I have the off day 2 days out from the marathon, not the day before. Last thing I want is to have the day before the marathon off and then your kind of legs be out of rhythm, because it happens a lot. So if you ever notice that, if you take a day out before a race or you take a day out before a hard workout, legs might feel a little bit off. Okay, either the day of or the day after or a couple days after. That's one reason why. That's why I always have the off day 2 days out. So in this case, most marathons are Sunday, which is why I have the off day on Friday. Then 2 miles easy on Saturday just to shake out the legs and keep them in running rhythm. And then it's go time on Sunday, marathon time. So that's my 12-week program. It's almost identical to the 16-week program, but I wanted you to see the different emphasis and how to transition in 4-week blocks instead of 6, 6, and 4, because it is slightly different. Okay, and you'll notice the difference if you watch the other video, which is in the description. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. And again, please hit the subscribe button if you like good running content. And again, share this with everybody you know who you think might benefit from this. So you think it might be helpful to folks. That's my goal, is to have the best running channel out there in terms of training content. And I'm going to keep putting out consistent stuff like this too. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.